Watkins Glen, not only a great racetrack, but a very nice area of the world to visit. You want to know the secrets? Well, Calvin Fish tells us in this week's Ruby Tuesday Recipe for Success.
With the longer format of the race here this weekend, driver changes will certainly be critical. But it's not simply how fast the drivers can get in and out of the race car. The car's setup is super crucial. Earlier this year, we saw Colin Braun dominate a couple of events from the pole position, but when he turned the car over to his teammate Max Pappas, who's a proven winner and champion in this series, he really struggled with the setup and couldn't keep it at the front. We talked to the team about the dilemma this year.
What makes me faster doesn't make Colin fast, and what makes him fast doesn't make me as fast. And sometimes it's just in endurance, it's just a balance. Someone needs to give up a few tenths to pick up the other guy, and all has to be happy.
Well, Max and I have been working hard together, along with my engineer Dave. We've been trying to get a setup that's good for both of us. Max likes a car that has a little bit more rear grip, just a little bit more comfortable to drive, and we've been struggling to kind of get those two together.
It's always a challenge to make it the same feel for two different drivers, but we do our best, and it's an interesting little compromise.
Well, the big news since we were last with you for Daytona Prototype, since Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, for GT, since Lime Rock, is that the young superstar of this category, Colin Braun, was part of a major announcement involving Roush Fenway Racing. Chris Neville has more.
Yeah, Lee, lots of excitement here in the paddock this weekend, and nobody more excited than Colin Braun. The focus this year is going to be a lot of testing in ARCA. He is going to participate in 2 races, but next year he's going to go for the championship in ARCA and then the fast track to Nextel Cup. We did have a chance to talk to some Nextel notables about what Colin has to look forward to.
The thing is that if you want to come NASCAR racing, you got to learn how to race on ovals. You know, our series is about ovals and big, heavy cars. I think that you just got to go and get in as many different types of cars and the most difficult type of cars, which I don't think anything's more difficult than a stock car.
I think just the weight of these cars, you know, having a smaller tire, learning tire management, you know, I mean, how hard you can run at certain times, learning that fine line in these cars was difficult, and each track's a little different, each tire's a little different, so staying on top of that's probably one of the hardest things on this side.
To learn the braking in the heavy car and how to drive it on the edge without going over the edge. And, I mean, that's still a problem at times. You just have to, you want to go so fast, and at the same time you have to watch that, or you'll get yourself in trouble in a second in these cars.
The cars are completely different. You come to racetracks that they look like ovals when you get on them. They're not ovals. They're something that somebody's brainstormed. Just everything that goes into place. I mean, it's a tough step to make, but you know, it's one of those things. If you got talent as a race car driver, it's still 4 wheels, it's still a steering wheel. It takes a lot of different learning, but if you got the talent, you can drive the race car.
I think for Colin, he's a talented driver, and he'll adapt quite well. I mean, he's adapted really well in everything he's got into, and you know, there is going to be a transition period, and the thing that you got to go in is just knowing that you don't know everything about stock car racing, and it's going to take a little bit of time. And I think if you come in with the mindset that, hey, I can do this, I'm going to win my first race, you end up crashing. It's very easy to overdo it.
I'm sure in the coming weeks we're going to hear a lot of debate whether this young road racer is ready for the NASCAR scene, but the key here is young. He's only 18 years old. We see so much maturity on and off the racetrack. So is he really a road racer, or is this just a short chapter in what looks to be a very promising career?
Well, there you have it, big news. Colin Braun, Roush Fenway Racing. Is he on his way to NASCAR superstardom? Well, we will watch with much interest over the coming years, and from everyone on the sports car side of the fence, we wish him well.
Well, other big news to come out of Watkins Glen this weekend, other than the dominant victory of the number 99 team, is the fact that young Colin Braun has signed a deal with Roush Fenway Racing. It's an ARCA program. He'll run 2 races this year, full championship season next. However, it won't stop him from going for the championship with the Crone Racing Group. He'll run the full season in Grand Am until 2008.